you've been in Western Washington for a while, you may have heard of Ivan the gorilla. He spent 27 years of his life at the B&I Shopping Center in Tacoma before being placed in Woodland Park Zoo, then spending the rest of his life at the Atlanta Zoo.
So Ivan's story inspired a work of fiction, and it's called The One and Only Ivan. And now there's this new New York Times bestselling author who is releasing the finale to the series called The One and Only Family. So joining us to continue the conversation this morning is Katherine Applegate, the author of those books. So Katherine, before we dive into your new book here, tell us about what inspired Ivan's story, or inspired you to write this book about Ivan's story.
I love that so many people in the Seattle area are familiar with Ivan and loved Ivan because he really was a local after a while. It was, of course, a very sad story in the beginning. He was plucked from Africa and deposited at the B&I Mall, where he was for 27 years. But it also was a moment of real humanity and kindness when people in the Washington area stood up and said, hey, we have to treat captive wild animals better. And eventually, as you know, he ended up at Zoo Atlanta, where he just delighted crowds and sort of learned how to become a gorilla again. It wasn't a perfect solution, but it was so much better. And it was thanks to so many people who really, made their voices heard, including kids, which I love. So when I found out about that story, I said, I want to write this. I want to write it from first-person gorilla, as difficult as that might turn out to be. I never dreamed there would be 4 books, though.
Wow. Okay, so let's talk some more about those other books. You said 4 in the entire series, including the One and Only Bob and the One and Only Ruby. Are those books also based on real-life animals similar to Ivan?
Well, what I did was I spent a lovely afternoon in the Tacoma Public Library archives going through yellowing newspaper clips to find out as much as I could about Ivan's story. And yes, there was a pet store at the B&I, and there were dogs there. There may briefly have been a baby elephant. And so I took those little tidbits and expanded from there. In this final book, Ivan becomes a dad. And in real life, as far as we know, he never fathered any children, but he did have a mate named Kenyani. And Kenyani is still alive. She's at the Columbus Zoo now. And so I took that data and spun it out and tried to imagine what it would be like for Ivan to have become a dad. And it turns out he's a great dad, by the way.
Does the new book sort of bring the entire series together, or are they sort of considered, 4 separate stories that are kind of on their own, or how does it string together?
They can be read separately, but there is a certain sequence, and I think it's lovely if you've read them all, because in this final book, I think it's a very hopeful ending. I think it's really important when we write for kids to provide them with hope. And one of the problems Ivan encounters is realizing the fact that his own kids will probably never see the wild. How do you deal with that? How honest are we with our kids? How do we handle those really tough questions? And he grapples with that, and with the fact that his own history is rather dark and the kids are asking about it. So that wraps up the entire series, I think, in a really nice bow. And I felt at the end like it ended on a really joyful note, which made me glad.
We like happy endings. So, Katherine, what do you hope readers take away from your series? And I'm curious about the demographic. Would you say it's YA, young adult, or more middle school, or all ages? Can you kind of speak on that?
Well, ideally, it started out for middle grade, which technically is, 8 to 12 years of age, but it has been used for very young kids. It's been used in middle grade and high school, and even in college. So I think it works for any age, which is really lovely. And what I hope people take away is that we have an obligation as humans to care for captive wild animals and to think about endangered species and to do what we can to help them. But more importantly, when I hand you a book, it belongs to you, and you find what you need in it.
I like that.
I do too. Katherine, congratulations on the book, and thank you for sharing Ivan's story. It's going to be a good read.
Oh, thank you so much for having me.
It's been a
Thank
pleasure.
you.
Yeah, I remember, my grandma lived in Tacoma up until she died, and I remember, going down to visit her from time to time, and we would pass by the B&I